Jimmy and Michael here at CES 2017. We're checking out the HTC Vive's suite, and they released, they announced a bunch of new peripherals. The first of which, I'm gonna hold in my hands, is it's a new head strap design. It's an add-on for just the existing HTC Vive headset. But what makes this one unique is that it's like a hard shell as opposed to like a cloth. There's also like a dial on the back that allows you to tighten the straps as well. And then there's integrated, headphones. We both had a chance to try it on. What did you think?
I really like the strap-on headset where you can twist it to get in place, because I've had a lot of trouble with Oculus Rift and trying to get that on. It fits nicely, but it takes a lot of work. With this, you just loosen it, snap it on, and then twist the little dial right here, and it fits right into place, almost reminiscent of PSVR.
Right.
And then the integrated headphones are similar to what Oculus Rift had.
Right.
So they're combining two of these aspects from other headset manufacturers, putting them into their own, which makes a more complete headset, I believe.
I think it also makes it more ergonomic too, because the regular Vive is really front heavy, kind of squeezes to your face. The hard shell makes it a little bit more balanced, I think. And like you mentioned, it's also much easier to put on. You don't have to deal with straps and things like that. Just one knob that you tighten. It's really easy to do. And the headphones, I think, are a nice welcome addition. I wish they kind of shipped with it to begin with, but better late than never. They did mention that HTC Vives won't come with this out of the box. It will be like an add-on peripheral. Right. So the next thing that we kind of saw was these HTC Vive trackers, which you can kind of see at the end of this baseball bat here. And what it allows you to do is you can basically add it onto anything. We saw it added onto like guns and things like that. So we played one game. It was like a baseball simulator. It's actually made for MLB professionals, and using MLB data on various pitchers and things like that, they can simulate what it's like to go up against certain pitchers and things like that. We both had a chance to try out the demo. I suck at baseball, but you seem to do a little bit better than I did. What did you think about its accuracy?
So the live tracker attaches to the bottom of the bat, and I was surprised by how well it was tracking. I mean, I'm not the best baseball player in the world, by any stretch, of course, but I felt like the speed of the pitches, along with the tracking of the bat, both worked well with what they're intended to do. So I was speaking with the representative there, and he was mentioning that MLB teams are going to be looking into this with getting pitcher data, putting that into the simulation, and then giving about their AA, their AAA teams this equipment so they can practice against the top level pitchers in the major leagues.
It's to get an advantage on opponents in real life. It's as you mentioned when I tried it, I thought it was game. It's not. It's actually for professionals in a way. And we saw it on different guns and things like that as well. So you can get tracked guns. I think this one right here. So you have really heavy gun right here. You have the tracker. It's right on top. So you can use this to track anything. It just uses the lighthouses to do the tracking, and it works pretty well. The last thing that we saw was the wireless add-on that actually kind of sits on top of the headset. And then there's this a cable that goes down into this kind of battery pack that you just slide into your pocket. But other than that, there's no wires. There's nothing to trip on. One concern that I did have with it was the added latency that it would add. And because the problem with latency in VR is that if it adds too much latency, you can get judder, or you can get motion sick. I personally didn't get motion sick. HTC's saying that they're advertising around 2 millisecond response time, which is insanely quick. We both had a chance to try it. What did you think?
So I was trying the shooting game that came along with the wireless pack, and I thought it worked. It was surprising how well it worked, because I had no concept of how well it was going to work to begin with.
Right.
So when I was moving around left and right, ducking and looking over corners and shooting there, everything felt as if I was doing this in a traditional VR setup. And I think that this is the next step to make room scale VR a closer possibility. So once there's more access to the wireless packs, I think you'll also see developers try and do more room scale things in their games, and I think that's the next step for VR games.
It actually isn't made by HTC itself, but HTC is funding third-party hardware manufacturers, and that's one of them. It sounds like it's coming out maybe in Q2. And the one thing that I had to get readjusted to was, having used the HTC Vive for so long, I'm accustomed to not moving around too much because I don't want to get tangled up in the cable. and I kind of have to like go through like a resetting process because like there was a moment where I was like, no, I can just like walk around without worrying about tripping.
Yeah, same for me, because then when you see the boundaries, you're like, oh, I can't go there. I can't even like get near that because I'm worried about my wires and running into a wall. But now it's just like, I'm free to just explore the boundaries. So the only limitations now with this device is that, you know, how big is your room? That's the only concern left, and you know, we're excited to see that kind of stuff.
So you know, HTC announced a bunch of cool things. For more awesome tech coverage, hang on to GameSpot.com.